Well, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxshare, on the show tonight is the two drum boys. One little drummer and one big drummer. Stevie and Bridgeman, how we doing, boys?
Good evening, Ox. How are you? And the Bridgeman, how are you?
Wonderful, pal. Can I just say a huge good evening to you guys? Massive good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hi, big man. I'm just champion, mate. Just champion. How's your good self after your wee bout of the old virus?
Oh, dear. No, I'm fine and dandy. Just in time for the party, so it was getting away. But my God, anybody at Gora, I can honestly, it really floored me for the first couple of days. But as I said, the wee community on here kept me taking over with the
I'm not having that, mate. Every time I phoned you, you were going for, I'm just going to go, I'm getting a rolling tortoise gone and a sausage with it. And then next time I phoned you, I'm having some lasagna, chips and all the trimmings. Then I phone you again, roast lamb and roast tortoise. They never put you off your food, did it?
No, and I'll tell you something, I never had gravy with a steak. So there you go. Honestly,
they call that, doing the tail of the bank, they call that a gravy mistake.
Brilliant. I'll tell you, mate, high as a kite with the teddy bears doing the business. Absolutely fantastic. Really pleased for my son. He never seen Rangers winning. He was all a baba when we won the last one, but by God, the euphoria on his face, party time out at Ibrox. I mean, I know some of the Bears, it's stupid to go, but see when you've got a young boy, it's never seen anything like it, and they want to go. I've got to go with him, unfortunately. And no, unfortunately, I loved every minute of it. That would be right to say. But absolutely proud of my team. Proud of the way their behaviour, or the dressing room, dancing and everything they done, just showed me their togetherness. And by the way, the one ingredient this year that stuck out for me with that team, the one thing that really mattered was they really knew they had to do it for us. See all the interviews I've listened to, the team players, different, your Borna Barisics, your Glenn Kamara's, young guys like that, they knew what it meant to Rangers this year. They knew they had to do it, and by the way, they delivered, and they delivered in style. And that's the thing, it means more to me than anything, that the team really done it for the support. They knew they had to do it, and they done it. And you listen as individuals on other interviews, you can hear wee snippets of what I'm saying. They were taught this is what it means, and that you're going to be sleeves rolled.
Are you done?
I can't help it. I've not been on the show for donkeys.
It's time for the tune. It's time for the tune.
Well said. Well said, Big Stevie. That was brilliant. Well said. I'm glad to have you back. Seriously, well done.
Thanks.
Oh, dear, brilliant, big man, brilliant. Listen, mate. I get it. I get your boy. I get your. I get everybody's emotions, but I also get what's going on in Scottish politics. And if you think we're that stupid, Mr. Swinney, Mrs. Sturgeon, is it Mrs. Is it? I don't know if she is a Mrs. Is she? But Mrs. Sturgeon, we know your game. Don't try. We can see right through you. Big man, great day for the club. 55th title. Happened on a Sunday. We weren't playing. Was it an anticlimax, or did you enjoy every minute of it?
Oh, no. Total anticlimax for me on a personal basis, Ox. Happy as I could ever be, high as a kite, Rangers getting there, but it was mixed emotions, because as soon as the whistle went at Tannadice and we were on the line, I couldn't stop thinking about my dad. I really couldn't stop thinking about my old boy, who high as a kite, the old windjammer would have been, and Elvis, man, he would have been, and it was mixed emotions, and I've no doubt in my mind about a lot of people who, have lost family and never really seen Rangers get back on their feet again, and it would have meant a hell of a, there would have been tears, there would have been a lot of tears, joy and mixed emotions.
People on here pretty close to tears, didn't we, Bridgeman? People were pretty, they weren't upset. I wouldn't say anybody was upset.
No, they're emotional.
Just emotional, aye.
Well, I listened.
When I passed the tray to Bridgeman and said it's your round, he got emotional.
Very, very emotional.
French man, he's really
He's a shocker. He's a shocker.
I mean, the man sent me a photo of a measuring tape and I was lying on my deathbed. I mean, that just sums him up. Absolutely.
That's not a full story, is it?
Oh, no, but we can't get into the full story. It's a family show.
I did cheer you up, but did it?
Oh, honestly, the only two ribs that I had left with coughing, you nearly blew about my stomach. So you did when the text came through. It was absolutely hilarious. And that's what we're all about, is Rangers family. We all look after each other. And,
right, I tell you what we're going to do here. We'll get a wee interview for Stevie G. It was on Rangers TV, just came out there. Obviously, I hope you all watched him on the national news. Stood up when he was on it. Great to see him. We're here for Stevie G, and then we'll open the phone lines. That sound like a plan, boys?
Go for it.
That's a plan. We'll go for that.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Stephen, this is the first time you've spoken since Rangers have officially been confirmed as champions. Is it beginning to start to sink in?
It is. It's been an incredible few days. The emotions that have run through me have been absolutely fantastic. And it's just been a special time. Obviously, one of the proudest moments of my career for sure. Right up with some of the highs I experienced as a player, and just to get it over the line and become champions and get the 55 back is a real special time.
The fact that you've been here, nearly 3 years. There's so much work going into this, and you're now able to celebrate the culmination of it. That must be so special for you.
Yeah, I can't begin to describe the amount of work that's gone into it, not just by myself, by everyone connected to the club from the board down, over the course of it. It's not even 3 years yet, it will be in the summer. But we've done it, and the important thing now is to try and build on that and go for more. Yes, of course, we celebrated it on Saturday and Sunday, and obviously the fans are very jubilant at the moment, which you can understand. But I think now it's very important that we get back with our heads onto the football. It's important the fans remain safe, and get back to following the rules and the COVID regulations. That's very important now. And we want to now go and make this an even more special season. We've got some fantastic fixtures coming up. Obviously, Slavia Prague in the short term. We want to try and get into the last 8 of the competition and go on better than last year. We've got an Old Firm derby to look forward to. And then we get a mini break in terms of the international. And then we'll obviously get some rest and we'll get ready again for the split games and the Scottish Cup. But I mean, what a time to be connected with this club. I mean, very excited and jubilant from the last few days, but now it's about what's next for me.
Yeah, as you say, there's been so much talk really since Rangers went down the divisions about this being a journey, but this isn't the end of the journey. There's still, not just this season, but further on, so much more to be achieved.
Yeah, listen, it's a historic year. It's an historic achievement, of course. I don't think we can ever forget that. I don't think we will. But at a club like Rangers, it's about winning, and that never stops. The responsibility, especially in my position, it doesn't change when you win your first or you'd achieve your first big goal together. It's about enjoying that moment, savouring it, and then dusting yourself down and getting yourself ready for the next challenge. I want this to become a successful period, and that's going to be the next challenge for this set of players. Have you got the hunger and the fight and the determination to go and achieve more? And that's going to be the message, certainly in the next few days.
And from the board to the fans, your players, the backroom staff, the whole thing is just such a collective effort right through.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest challenges coming in. Obviously, I had preparation before my first day, knowing I was coming for numerous weeks. I had incredible backing and support from the board, because we have had some low days and tough times, of course we have, but they make you stronger, they make you better, you learn from them and you get ready to go again. But the biggest thing I had to do here was to connect all the different departments. I'm not saying they were all broken. The club's got incredible people working in all different departments. But they just needed someone to connect them all and get a bit of belief back. The club was obviously having a difficult time and had also previous been through an even worse time. So for me, it was about moving forward and trying to do everything we can to connect everyone, so everyone was on the same page and on the same journey, and everyone was pushing in the right direction to get to the day like Sunday, and thankfully we got it done.
And ahead of the first next leg of the journey, Prague on Thursday night, how are the boys looking and preparing for that one?
Yes, obviously they've been on a almighty high, like everyone connected to the club. So today was about getting the legs moving again, getting them recovered, getting them ready physically and mentally. We have to be ready for this challenge because Slavia are a good team. We've got major respect. They're full of energy. They're honest. They're hard working. They've got quality. Only the best version of ourselves is going to get this done over the 2 legs. So we've introduced Slavia to them in terms of the game plan, what's going to be needed. We'll do some more work tomorrow in terms of the strengths and the weaknesses and how we think we can try and get past this challenge. And come Thursday night when it's kick-off time, I've got confidence and belief that the boys will be ready, and I want them to go and play with belief and confidence, and really be fired up for it.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
What a man. Big Stevie.
What can you say about the man, He's already thinking about what's next. He knows Rangers is all about winning. He's drew the line under that. What's next? We're into this. We're looking at that. He's just you would say he was just me or you, Ox, sitting there. The way he talks and thinks about the club, he's just got the total bug. And the way he lays his cell out, represents his cell, and the way he talks about his staff, his players, and he's very humble when it comes to his part and what he's done. He always tries to play it down a wee bit when it comes to his part, but we all know as Bears what the man's done for our club. He said that for day dot when he came in, they wanted to make Ibrox a fortress. They wanted to give the fans a bit of pride back, and by God, what a man. What a man. Bridgeman supported. He was there the first day he came. Me and the Bridge were there, Dudrum Chapel boys. We've supported him, and no doubt that'll be relentless and continuous.
He's as dapper as me and you.
What? You talking about Stephen Gerrard, or you talking about me?
Aye. Well, both.
Both. Well, I'm very dapper, very daft, maybe dafter. Stephen Gerrard's different class, isn't he? Like DK, different class, absolutely fantastic. And everything he said there, it just rings true, doesn't it? It just rings true. And as Big Stevie says, I'm on the train. No matter how long it takes, I'm on the train. No matter what happens, I'm on the train.
Well,
and when he leaves, we'll be at the next one.
We were on the train bridge and he's got us to the first station, mate.
Wow, and how.
And by the way, there's people trying to climb on it. And it's full, train's full. And we're going to the next station and he'll take us as far as we want. He's got a drive and an ambition and an aura about him. Big word, Stevie, but he has.
Oh, 100%. Look, you hear a lot of people saying it was a gamble. Look, when we were talking about signing the guy, listen, Stevie Gerrard, he's a total winner. He's a total. There's no a bit of white flag in him. He's just a total winner. The way he played football in the park, total winner. The way he went to training every day, you read his autobiographies and stuff, and he's just a total winner. He just never had management experience. But if you could take the way that boy played on the park and took a chance on him as we did, my God, man, he doesn't know how to lose. And by the way, all this talk about, we'll win this and maybe get down the road to Liverpool, I think we'll be very surprised. I think he's got the Rangers bug and he'll be here for a right good few years yet.
Well said, mate. Have you seen the ITV news when he done an interview which was a main story in the ITV news. I think we were ahead of Meghan Markle, but that's another story. We'll keep away for that one. Big. It was a big event for your club. Getting the managers, he's getting interviewed talking about the Rangers, and he mentioned the Liverpool job, and he says Jurgen Klopp's there for a while, and I've got work to do here. You take the guys his word, that's all you can do, Bridgman.
We have to follow, in this case, we're following the manager, and the manager says, and he's just on that wee statement, he's saying we have to follow the rules. Whatever's happened in the past, it's happened in the past, but from now on, we have to follow the rules. We should have been following the rules in the first place, but never mind, people got emotional, and they had to get a lot out. So it's taking the 2 days, unfortunately, getting a bit of shellicking at the moment. But the manager said this is the way forward.
We said at the start of the show, we know what they're doing. Let's just.
That's what I'm saying. Is the manager just said it there in that wee interview, and we have to follow that to the letter. To the letter. Follow the manager. Do what he says and do what he does. Simple, and we'll get there even further.
Mm-hmm. We know what they're doing. Deflect, sweep and bury.
Can I just say one wee thing on it, Oxen, and I'm in bed, because you're totally right. We can see through what the SNP are doing, right? For me, you had St Johnstone fans broke the rules. You had the Celtic official team party. They'll say they never broke the rules, but they did. They shouldn't have went. Celtic fans were outside Parkhead 4 times, smashing up buses, barriers through buses, hurting police and everything else. Nothing says. As soon as the Glasgow Rangers do something, we're on the news before people that get murdered. It just tells you how the politics and how people think about our club, the hate for our club, and we're no fond for it. We're no fond for it, and we're not. Hopefully, this show doesn't turn into politics, right? We're here to talk about the famous Glasgow Rangers Day 55. We can see through the SNP. Can I just say this, and that's it done? Any Glasgow Rangers fan that votes for the SNP, go and find a mirror in your house and have a look at them. They're forever beating us with a stick, propagandas, deflecting. They're doing everything. The whole of Scotland's in a state for tap to bottom, crimes up, you name it, and they want to do what they're talking about the Glasgow Rangers because we're celebrating 55 titles. Absolute joke. And I'm parting the bus there, and it's going to be, people need to wake up and stop making it easy for people to hit us with sticks, to beat us with sticks. But I'm parting the bus there, and let's talk about that. Look, let's talk about our manager. What a man.
Richman, we're going to have to make sure he comes on more regular, because when he's coming on, he's got a lot to say, hasn't he?
Well, he's had a couple of days without any practice of speaking. The nurses have probably gagged him and everything, you know.
We will fight them on the beaches.
Correct.
No, but I tell you what, it's really nice to see him back.
He's 100% spot on, mate. We know what they're doing. We can see right through them.
Yeah.
Look, going back to our manager, mate, he walked in the door and he said on the main news tonight, obviously he's doing his interviews at the same period, and his quote was, when you walked in the door, your quote was, "Let's go." What's your quote now for the Rangers fans? It's "Let's go for more," he said, Bridgman.
I actually can't speak now. I'm just visualising some of the things that Stevie said, and it just took my mind back to a couple of days ago.
I thought you may have been visualising the text messages I sent you. That's another.
No. That's I'm not visualising anything like that. So next question, please. Next question.
Oh, I liked what Stevie G said there, or the wee interview there. He says when he came in, there was a few departments that he connected, and he says they weren't broken. He says, but they just needed that bit of belief, and that's what he has done to our club for top to bottom. He has brought belief in every department, and he's brought a bit of swagger and a winning mentality. And that's what Stevie Gerrard's done. Now, see if you've not done the 2 high books or Bury Park or Lately, you've gone to different places.
I'll cut across you, brother. We've been joined by Jaffa. Evening, Jaffa.
Hello, Ox. How you doing, pal?
Just champion.
Hey, Jaffa.
Yourself.
Evening, Jaffa.
Great, mate. Hello there, Stevie. Hello, Bridge. How you doing, boys?
All right.
Great to hear you again.
Very happy to hear from you, Jaffa. Very happy.
I'll tell you what, Bridge, I've got a wee question for you, if you don't mind, pal.
Don't make it too hard, mate. The school he went to. Oh.
Bridge, whereabouts in South Africa were you when you lived over there?
Up in the Transvaal at the time, way back in the early 70s, and then went down to the coast to Port Elizabeth.
Nice one. I lived in Benoni.
Benoni?
Transvaal. I did.
Tell me about it, Benoni.
Hey!
Yeah, I was out in East Rand.
That's right, indeed, out in East Rand, mate. I went to school.
What were you doing there?
My mum and dad emigrated. My dad used to work in the steelworks, and we emigrated over there in the 80s.
Escort?
So, he was with Fenner.
All right, okay.
He was with Fenner, the big belt plant that they built in Isando.
Uh-huh.
So I was over there for a number of years. I loved it over there, Bridge. It was great, wasn't it, pal?
The weather was fantastic, by the way. The weather was something else.
And so was the bevy, and the bevy was outrageous.
Enough! Stop it! Just go on with the show. Is there too much of it?
To be fair, Jaffa, the reason Bridgeman got there, they threw him off a ship on the way to Australia because he couldn't take care of
Jaffa, I was on the opposite side, pal. I was over in the Western Transvaal. And
you in PE?
Initially I was in the Western Transvaal over a place called Carltonville in the gold mines.
I see.
And then we moved down to PE.
Well,
I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm getting homesick.
Okay, mate. I know what you mean. Anyway, back to the Rangers.
Right, enough. You used to get a room. How are you, Jaffa? How are you feeling, mate?
Ox, still euphoric, mate. I can't take the scarf off my neck. I've been jumping about Glasgow hanging out my motor all day.
Good on you, mate. And what did you do in Sunday? I can't remember. Did we speak to you on Sunday? I don't think we did. What did you do on Sunday? What was your feelings, and where did you watch it, or did you not watch it? Or?
I was actually working on, so I'm not going to lie, but I was obviously in touch with everything that was going on. I mean, after Saturday, I think I spoke to you on Saturday. Listen, rightly or wrongly, and I know with everything that's happened in the news, I swung over by Ibrox on Saturday afternoon just to see everything. I just wanted to take it in. I've got my own reasons, similar to what all you guys have been talking about. It was a bittersweet situation for me. I was emotional, and I took it all in. And then on Sunday, what happened, didn't it? I mean, we officially got the winners. We got the championship, which was great. And I tried to get home. I live out Lark which is a great part of the world to live. So I was trying to navigate my way home, and Lark jumping.
I mean, people have to work, mate. You're professional masseurs. You're 24/7, 7 days a week. You know what I mean?
Never know when you're called into work. You've got to do it.
You've got to do it.
Fingers of glory.
I think, good on you, mate. I mean, listen, I get it. A question for you, Jaff, and then I'm going to take the same one to Big Stevie. I've seen debates on the titles about Helicopter Sunday. I think there might have been a bigger buzz at that particular day in Helicopter Sunday because of the circumstances behind it. But I still think this is my greatest title ever, because of the backstory. Jaffa and then Big Stevie.
I think it's mammoth, Ox, and because of the backstory, I think we all know it. We don't need to keep getting over it. We know what happened. We all know how we're all feeling, and it's by far, for me anyway, I can only speak for myself. I think it goes by Helicopter Sunday and some. And I think you hear what it means to Stevie G. The interview you just played, you can hear the emotion still in his voice. It's great. It's just tremendous. It's brilliant. We deserved it. Well, we played every team off the park. Well, we didn't just win it. We annihilated everybody, or mollificated them, to use a great word in your show. We mollificated them.
Stevie?
Oh, for me, 100%, it's the best title I've ever seen. just as Jaffa says, we don't need to cover it. We all know the journey we've been on. But for me, wow, the scenes and everything that went, the emotion, everything that went with it, it's 100% the best title I've came across in my lifetime. And the worrying thing is, I don't think we've ever touched near the emotion because of the journey. I'll never take another league championship for granted again. Well, I'll let you take that caller, Ox.
It's Mr. S. Skipper, I think. How we doing, Skipper boy?
Skip, how are we?
Hello?
Hey, Skipper.
Hello.
Hiya.
You all right, Skipper?
Yes, as always.
All right, mate. Yeah, what can I do for you? I've not had any lawyers' letters for a while, so I wonder what I've done now.
Well, I've got to start things properly and give you a... You very nearly never heard that again, because I was in George Square on Sunday with the Bangkok Loyal.
All right.
And I was supposed to be playing the triangle for some ladies there, and the next thing the square just filled up with all these guys with rockets and smoke bombs. I don't know what was going on. And then I got threatened. They told me that they were going to do a hoopy hound with my triangle. They were going to tie it to a rocket.
Oh.
And if I didn't shut up, I was getting tied to the next one.
That sounds not a bad idea.
So being a diplomat, I decided to shut my mouth. But the unfortunate thing was when the smoke cleared, I couldn't find the Bangkok Loyal, so I've lost them.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I did get a text for one of them. Now make it this what you will, but she said they were at a party somewhere in a place called Drumchapel. And the only thing she could tell me about where they were was there was a guy on top of a table twirling a stick with a mankini on.
Oh, shocker, Skipper, shocker.
What colour was the mankini, so we know?
I believe it was red, white and blue.
Okay.
But I've been the phone call I got last night. I had to leave the lobby because I got a phone call. I was the police. They were curious as to why I was carrying 24 Thai passports.
24 Thai passports.
When I gave them my innocent explanation, they accepted it fully, and everything's fine.
Well, because you're an innocent man, just tell me, Mr. S. Skipper, how you feeling?
Absolutely brilliant. Just, I was one of the guys that was kind of on my own over the weekend, but it didn't spoil the enjoyment any less. You know, it was just terrific. And I had the game at Tannadice on, but I couldn't say I was watching it. Just about every 5 minutes, I just took a wee glance at the score, and then when it started to get near the time, I was, oh, wait a minute. And I was a wee bit like yourself. I deliberately, I seen there was 5 minutes extra time to be injury time, and I went back 5 minutes later, and the ball was out for that throw, and I said, "What? She no blew the whistle yet?" But I just delighted, absolutely delighted. But listen, there's something I want to say, and it's serious. You know, I'm being serious. You know, I phone up and I just talk a load of rubbish. But seriously, can I thank every single one of you connected with this show? My late brother in Canada and I started listening to the show about 8 years ago. And you were all there for me when my brother passed away. And for him too, he played his favourite tune and he heard it when he was lying ill in hospital in Ontario. And the support I received for you guys was just immense. I've had the privilege of meeting a great many of you, including Denver for the US and Big Al for Australia, and the boy Nathan that came out from Vancouver and stayed with me. I've met a lot of you closer to home, too many to mention. And sadly, some no longer with us. But a big thank you to you all for helping me along the road to this journey back to being champions. And lastly, thank every single person at Glasgow Rangers, because I don't know what it would have been like next season if that mob had won the league this season. But hey, 55 is here, and we are a people.
Remember, Skipper, it's a two-way street. All the things you do for people and all the enjoyment and the smile you put on people's faces, everything's a two-way street, mate. And you were there when I needed you as well, mate.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yes, yeah.
But I'll run away and let the sensible folk on.
All right, Mr. Mess Skipper. Speak to you soon, yeah?
Right, take care.
Well done,
Bye.
well done, pal.
Cheers, Skipper.
What a man. What a man. Jaffa, when you eventually bump into him, he doesn't let you do it in the flesh. He's just full of fun.
Absolutely.
I'd love to meet you all one day, Ox. I'm not going to lie. I would love to meet. I'd love to meet you all one day. You sound like a great bunch of lads. I love listening and I love listening to you. I told you that a number of weeks ago when I first plugged up the Curry's phone.
It's a good show, Rangers Radio. A lot of good people on it. Honestly,
a lot of scoundrels as well. A lot of
scoundrels.
There
is that as well. Yes, that you've got guys like Bridgeman and that. You know. I've said it before, mate. I thought I was working class till I met Bridge and Fox. Then I realised I was middle class, Jaffa.
Brilliant.
You know, but it's a special time. But it's gone now, Jaffa, and we've got to start building up to the European game on Thursday, mate.
I know it's kind of. I don't know about you boys. It's kind of. Listen, it's still a massive game, and we're still we're still a professional football team. But it's as if sometimes you want the wheel to stop a wee bit, don't you? Just so you can enjoy the fun even more, and just let it keep on riding on for a couple of days. But then you realise, reality kicks back in. We better get back to the football. And Stevie G's obviously got the boys back in, and I mean we've got a brilliant game to look forward to on Thursday night. I mean, like the quarter final beckons in Europe. It's outrageous. What a season!
I think a couple of the players were training with Betty Ford today. Stevie.
Can I ask Jaffa a wee question?
On you go, mate.
Jaffa, I take it it's the Jaffa Club in Burnbank. You're naming yourself on there.
Spot on, Stevie. Spot on, 100%, pal.
I used to run about the jungle when I was a young lad. The Clanny,
nice
the
one.
Jaffa. I used to run about there. What an area the jungle was, Well,
I was born, and in fact, I met a big lad on here the other night at the Ox introduced us to Alec Kelly, was for the jungle. I'm a jungle boy, came for King Street, and then went to South Africa and all the rest of it. But yeah, the Hallelujah bus, the Clanny bus before it was the Clanny bus was the Hallelujah bus, Stevie.
No, I don't know. I don't get back that far, but I ran about at 92, 93, all about the jungle. I probably could name a few boys you'd probably know, but what an area it was. We must have crossed paths, Stevie. We must have been drinking together 92, 93. I went to all the Europe, all the Marseille, and went to. Remember, we played CSK Moscow and Bochum. And we went to I was away to all the European games at Bruges with all the Clanny bus. I mean, how we get into Europe, and how we get home, I'll never know, mate. I'll never know. Let many Rangers buses, mate. Let many Rangers. I just thought I would ask you just because he was saying the Jaffa, and I thought, my God, I used to run about Burnbank when things were mental when I was 23, 24.
I'm glad you done that, mate. Bridge thought it was because you were seedless.
Listen, you know the score may be 5 wins, 2 engagements, a divorce. I'm a Jeremy Kyle box set. I
wasn't talking about you, I was talking about Jaffa. Anyway, we've been joined by Gary B. How we doing, guys?
Tip top, boys. How we all doing?
How you doing, guys? Okay.
Hi, Gaza.
How we doing? I'm just at the jail, mate. We all kicked off down here. One of the Cobby Parks. They're all over the Evening Times up there as well. It's good times. Good times, guys. I'm loving it. I've just finished watching a YouTube video that BT Sport done about Gerrard, and that brought a tear to my eye. I've got to be honest, just watching that today.
I hope it cheers you up,
really,
mate.
really
You can't
video.
take much more of this. Come on, turn that frown upside down.
No, I'm over the moon, mate. Just reflecting, listening to everybody.
We've just lost 20 listeners. I've just chucked herself out the window listening to you. Come on, cheer yourself up.
No, not at all. Just, guys, I'm over the moon. I'm a little bit tired. But, I'm absolutely over the moon. And I'm just I'm in the reflection phase now. I'm looking forward to Thursday as well. Just listening to everybody's stories on here. I've not been on for a couple of days, as you know. I've not been a bit busy. And just me and my lads, just over the moon. Absolutely over the moon.
A question, Gary.
Say that again, mate.
Can I ask you a question, Gary? Big Mark.
Aye, go for it.
Was he?
Big Mark, I can tell you a few stories about Mark the last couple of days, but it's all clandestine down here, mate. The cops are looking for an organiser of a party. They want to slap a 10 grand fine on them, so everybody's keeping the low down. But they can keep looking.
It's all right. Bridgeman will pay that. That's loose change.
When Bridge get that new sofa for DFS, and me and Fox had to go up and take the old one away, there was more than 10 grand down the side of that one.
By the way, you were talking about Steven Gerrard a second ago. I see he's now the longest serving manager in the Scottish Premiership.
I know.
3 years.
Right, somebody, we have to get the medics in here. Gary, come on, turn that frown upside down.
No, hey, listen, boys, I'm just over the moon. I was just listening to Skipper there, and how appreciative it was to all these friends.
Here we go, man. We've been listening to me carefully here. We've been joined by Jim the Trucker. How we doing, Jim?
Still buzzing like a second-hand fridge, as I was saying there, boys. Brilliant.
Go on yourself, Jim.
66-year-old, and I was great. And I had to admit, I did watch that whole game on Sunday. I was sitting there with the pyjamas, the Rangers stopping the scarf on, and Stevie G at the window.
Pyjamas?
Everybody thought I was getting attacked. What's going on? But, brilliant. Aye.
Can I ask you a question, Jim?
Uh-huh.
I seen the photographs with your cardboard cutout. Did you take it to bed with you?
No, but it was just about the bed on Sunday night, by the way. But I'm a wee bit disappointed. I hope it doesn't go TITS up, because their party is all burn, Dave, because we've got a buffet and everything working it. But my stepson stays right across the street from me, so the bunting's going to his house right across to mine, and I've got a big cardboard cutout of a cup. It isn't the League Championship cup, but it is a cup, and it's bigger than the Stevie G thing, and it's going up in the middle of the street. So I hope Nippy doesn't cancel this game or than the rest of them, because that is my party. If she cancels that, I'll be awfully disappointed fairly.
Don't you worry, you'll be all right.
By the way, boys, after all that excitement, I've got a wee bit of door over the horn.
Brilliant.
He's done that for you guys to see if he can get you laughing.
That's for
Jim, you just gave me a heart attack there.
That's for Denver beer, because the horns are on this side of the water's better than the horns in America.
That's a cracker.
I'm just loving it. As I say, I'm 66. I first went to my first Rangers game at 7-year-old at the Old Newton. My father, who's a Raith Rovers man, by the way, but he took me up. This is a true story. The reason I got in town with the Rangers, the boy next door to me had a wee cat called Kai, after the famous Kai Johansson, and I used to take this cat for a walk and everything, and that boy, Jockey Ness, is dead, long gone now, but he introduced me to the Rangers. My father was a bit disappointed. He was a Rovers man, because I'm a fighter anyway. come to Officer Mucked originally. And, I love thinking back the trust my mum and dad gave in me, because I went to Ibrox on the Rangers bus at 12-year-old for my first game, and I'll never, ever, ever forget that first day going up these steps at Scotland Road and 66 now, and they could say it's a game of football. Nah, it's part of life, I'm afraid. It's part of life. And I've never been as happy as I am now being up here. Right, I've got to go. I'm getting as bad as Amanda. Love the show on this night shift, boys. Keep it going for the Rangers. Something's going to come quick enough.
Cheers, Jim, mate. Cheers, mate.
Right, keep it going, boy. Great show. Love it every night. Oh, just before it goes, the other players down in Corby, I'm parked up in Corby occasionally on a Friday night. A load waste paper next to the old steel. I'm hoping Mr. This is all cleared up to meet some of the Corby Bears some Friday night for just a wee play. A wee talk about the Rangers. Keep it going, boys. Love you. Bye-bye,
The famous Glasgow Rangers.
Cheers, mate.
Brilliant.
Cheers, mate. Did he?
Here we go. See you later.
Did Jim say he took a cat for a walk there, Jaffa?
Yes, Kai. The name
Kai.
was Kai. The cat was called Kai. Take it for a walk.
That just proves you that pussy always gets you into trouble, doesn't it?
Oh, you! Oi!
Brilliant link. Great link, Ox. Great link.
Right, okay, where are we now? Right, are you alright there, Mr. Grumpy? Where's the rest of the divorce? Are you back with us, GB?
I am here.
Good man, good man. We're worried about you. You know what I mean? We've got to look after people's mental health. Megan said it the other night, you know, you've got to look after people, make sure they're alright.
It's got to be true then, eh? It's in colour.
Must
be.
True. Must be. I know say that. Right,
Did you see Oxy, what do you make of the lovely new top that Kistor brought out on Sunday night? With it?
Just jumping, mate. They run out of my size. A small medium. You couldn't get them for love nor money.
I know.
What a shocker!
He's a shocker.
Aye, Stevie, did you get your order?
I didn't initial order. I got some on the second wave. I was up doing the show, and by the time I was doing my care, it magically disappeared out my wallet.
Aye.
And there was some orders done. You know how these tricks happen, you know what I mean?
Similar. I've got the girls in my house and they were ordering them, so aye. Can't wait till they come. Well, they'll get them to the 1st of June or something, no?
No, but by the way, that Kistor boys, they can't believe their luck, can they?
Ox, you're no kidding, mate. You're no kidding. He'll be in the Bahamas or something like that, sitting with that. They'll have nearly as much as Bridge.
I heard of the big Cuban cigars with £100 notes from it, mate. I smoked them like that.
You're a shocker, Gary, a shocker.
I had a Cuban on Sunday, not going to lie.
Did you guys?
Nice.
I did, mate. I did. I bought a pack of three. I bought a pack of three, decent Romeo and Juliet. I went to Cuba a few years ago. I'm not a smoker. And I tried a cigar and I sat there with a drink and I thought, this is brilliant. And since then I quite enjoy one, but only very, very occasionally. So I bought a pack of three short Churchills. And
I'll pass you to a pack of three expert, Bridgeman.
Pack of three. Yeah, what a shocker. What's the real question?
Being a Burn Blank boy, I had an Alfie Morellis special.
Oh. What is that one?
Missed that one, Jeff?
I said, being a Burn Blank boy, I had an Alfie Morellis special. Big Colombian cigar. Big
Colombian. Oh, I was a bit feared in case you could me something.
No. Straight in the middle for that.
Oh dear. Steve, it's great to hear everybody in a good mood, isn't it?
Aye. Listen, I've waited a hell of a...
Bar Gary.
Apart from me,
Gary, you married to get the jail. I'm sure by... I'm sure Cookie will take you into his wee hut there if you're needing somewhere to go.
I need a hideout. No. The thing was, I went along to the field. We had a couple of hundred people go along to a field, right? And I took along. I've got a massive, big, portable, battery-powered speaker. It's a 15-inch one, so you could hear it at Ibrox. It's massive. So I took that along and I was playing music through it on the Bluetooth. And then the cops turned up and everybody bomb burst. And my missus said, I hope you didn't take part in organising that. They're looking for an organiser and you'll get fined £10,000. I says, I'm doing it. I just heard that some people were meeting up and I took along my speaker. I said, if I get fined, I get fined. I says, I didn't organise it. But she's panicking now. She thinks we're going to get a chap on the door. But there you go.
Don't worry, we'll get a Just Giving page set up for you, mate. 10 grand, Bridge will take 9 of that and get the rest is between us. We've been joined by Big Dave for Edinburgh. How are we doing, big man?
Oh, good.
Hello, upstairs. Hello, panel. Sorry, upstairs. I had to hang up last night because I had to go and pick up my daughter.
They bother, mate.
Aye, because you went to the music at 9 o'clock, so I had to go and get her, eh?
Don't worry, we paid you to 10, mate, because I kept the hood of your kid and I clocked you at 10 o'clock.
All right, so I didn't really care what you were talking about because I was on the phone to my mucker for London and he's a East Kilbride man, he's a self-type man, so I was giving him it tight. Although spoke to him for months. Oh, dear.
I bet he was glad to see you. I bet he was glad to see you on the phone, was he?
It was a good one too. It was a face call as well, so I was like, get in there, but how you doing anyway, pal? Good day. Anyway, what were you talking about anyway?
Well, it's a phone-in show. You're meant to phone in and ask us questions. You've got
right, okay. Well, I was talking about Stevie G last time. What a man, eh? And what about this Nicola Sturgeon, eh? Rangers could have done more and all that, eh? Well, listen, Nicola Sturgeon, you could have done more when your MP jumped on a train and went down to London, eh?
Maybe you're right there, maybe. Maybe we had it out at the start of the show, big man.
I missed that. Oh. But how can Rangers stop fans from coming out their house and all that? Come on, I mean, didn't be so silly, eh? And did she stop the MP travelling down to London? Come on, I mean?
No, she never, mate. Don't worry about her, mate. Don't worry about her. Craig Levine's got it right about her.
Right. You see, Lennon's been touted for the Aberdeen job, eh? Woohoo!
There's a bit of wind up there, mate. Stevie G. Yes, mate.
Oxford, I want to change that a wee bit. See Big Al's call the other night. How good was Big Al, by the way, when he phoned in the other night? I was in absolute knots, by the way. See, the couch with wee George, that was one of the highlights of this year, that call. But I'll tell you what, Big Al was fantastic the other night when he called in, wasn't he, man? Absolutely.
Was that when he just got up for a pee and he discovered mid-1 the league?
Honestly. Unbelievable, by the way. I was in absolute knots. Honestly, I couldn't breathe for laughing. Big Al, he just went from one thing to the next, and he was absolutely brilliant, absolutely tremendous. So it was one of the highlight calls of the year for me. Big Al and me George with the couch that night I was on with you. What a night. Oh, dearie. Just a wee bit of reflection on back. It was in my head there, but absolutely brilliant. The callers, honestly, they're unbelievable. The family we've got on here is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, we were everywhere on Sunday, Chaff. We were around the globe, we were. A couple from Australia, Oslo, Toronto, Vancouver, Denver. Where else?
Didn't forget Edinburgh.
I don't know, it doesn't count, does it? You know what I mean?
I heard most of that, Ox. I heard most of those guys phoning in. I heard but Stevie said the call for Big Al was brilliant. Absolutely amazing. It's great to hear a lot of players around the world get involved. It really is a lot of stories and just the community, the way we are at the moment. It's great to hear everybody on a high spirits. It's been a long time coming. Here.
And by the way, I looked today on that stuff, bucket hats are sold out. I don't know anybody that does bucket hats. So if you know anybody that does bucket hats, let me know.
I've sold it. I've sold it. Was that a hook, line and sinker there, Ox? I'm just thinking about that there now. That was hook, line and sinker.
Oh dear, no, that was brilliant. The bucket hats are sold out. I think the sliders were sold out. The jerseys were sold out. Fantastic.
As you say, Ox, that Castor, man alive, they must be looking at each other across the room going, what have we done here? What have we got into?
The two young boys, they'll be floating in the ceiling, by the way, with the Bears winning the league and their brand's names on their strips. They'll be floating. And by the way, how I tried to get my wee bar at the top and it was sold out. Sold out in hours. Couldn't go on. Eventually, a day I got a size up, but he'll grow into it.
That'll do in 4 years' time.
Oh, but I have to say, yeah, well done the club for getting everything out. I mean, I've seen they've got the whiskey out as well with the new branding on it, Champions. I mean, brilliant. Take my hat off to the commercial department. They're right on it. They're right on the knuckle.
Here. We're hoping to get somebody for the commercial department on the show in the not too distant future, mate. Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah, but just let us know what the plans are. Well, just to chat to them really, but we're hoping for that. Somebody's working on it. But he's done a fantastic job, James Bisgrove and his team. We seem to be in a different place. I'll take this to Jaffa, then I'll go to Gary B, then Big Stevie, and then Dave before we go to the tune. We seem to be, everything seems to be in a different place, more professional. Everything's better done. Look at the way all that stuff came out on Sundays. As soon as it happened, we were all ready today. It wasn't a 2-week delay, gone. Everything was there, but just seemed to be in a better place. Jaffa, then Gary B.
Yeah, and I think, hi Ox, it's absolutely brilliant to see. It really is getting one act together. I think we all know the power of the fan base of what we've got. It's a movement. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of us, not just in Glasgow, all over the world, as you guys can epitomise on that. But the great thing about what I love about it was on Rangers TV, all the videos with all the players and even Douglas Park and John Bennett.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I've had the pleasure of doing a wee bit of business with the Parks over the years, and do you know we all of a sudden our club seems to be reeking a wee bit of the same kind of, and I mean that in a complimentary way. It seems to be Dougie Park employs the best of the best. He employs the best that money can buy in every department of his business. That's why he's a highly successful businessman. And I think not just Dougie Park, but there's other people in there. Dave King have all played a part. And some of the brains that we've got in there. I think John Bennett's a brilliant businessman. And I think James Bisgrove, Ross Wilson, and even one manager who, how many more, what else can you say about Stevie G? What else can you say about him? I can't think of anything else. It's ridiculous how good he is. I mean, he's amazing. And the club's just turned its fortunes round in a very, very short space of time. And it's brilliant to be a Bear. I'm immensely proud, ridiculously proud.
I want to take your call right now.
Just leave your message after the tone.
And when you're done, press hash or just...
I think we'll throw... can you bring Jaffa back in, Fox? Gary, over to you, mate.
Aye, Ox, I think the season, the way it's panned out, the way that we've been so dominant for so long, and the season's looking back now, I mean, I know the players and the staff and Steve and Gerrard and that have been, one game at a time and all that. But I think we know really now, it was never a given, but the league's been sewn up for a good number of weeks. So what that's given the merchandising team and the marketing team is a good indication that they can start making plans to do this top and start getting all these things lined up for the likelihood that we're going to win the league. So that's really worked in our favour. But you have to strike when the iron's hot. You still have to put the groundwork in to line all that up. But I've launched a business in the last kind of 18 months, which has struggled because of the pandemic, obviously. But what I'm realising is that, the power of the internet, everybody's doing online shopping now, everybody's changing, the world's changed, even over the last 5-10 years. And that's really where the clubs came from and where it's been. And now we're back at the top. We're realising that we're in a different world now, and the clubs had to mature. And we've got one of the best in the business, it seems, in this boy Bisgrove. So, you need to think outside the box. It's not just the old way you make something the fans will buy it. You have to think of inventive ways of making things appealing and giving the fans extra value and stuff like that. Like, how many fans out there will have, 3 or 4 or 5 tops from this one season? They'll have the first top, they'll have the away top, they'll have the third top, they'll have the retro top, and now they'll have the champions top. And they'll be happy with that. They'll have bought 5 tops, and they'll all be buzzing. There'll be plenty of people out there.
You're right, mate. You're right. But Bridgestead the other night, build it and they will come. That's what they're doing. They're building it and we will come because people want to buy it. Stevie, Old School Blues bought 12 tops, he says. 12 tops he's bought this season.
Oh, I bought that 90s alone for Myra Hindley. That brought her 12 90s. Unbelievable what was spent in Castro this year. But I think Stevie G summed it up in the 90s interview. He came in, the support's galvanised itself. We watched anybody come out and had a boot at our club while we were on our knees. They galvanised the support. We just needed that final ingredient, and it was bringing in Stevie G. He's made every department click through the club. He's brought the winning mentality with him. And guys like James Bisgrove, right through the whole football operations, for the tap of the tree to Douglas Park, who have stood by him. I mean, he could have been more thankful to Stevie G and the team for what they had done. That was a great interview with the two boys on the board there. And I just think the whole club has now just clicked. And it's thanks to all the different ingredients. The crowd know that we're out there on Jack Jones. There's nobody likes it. We're just hated for it, the highest to the lowest. And the football contents, we've been galvanised as support. Our clubs clicked for the chairman, for the team, and the support. The 3 main ingredients have all clicked together. And by the way, we've got a great future ahead of us with Stevie G at the helm. Woo woo! Man of Stevie G.
Get on that train there, Stevie. Get on that train.
We're all on that train, Bridge, man.
Absolutely,
and we were there for day dot. We were there for day dot, Bridge. Me and you, standing there in the enclosure. Come on, Stevie G.
We're all on the juggernaut train.
Get yourself in mute. Get yourself in mute, boys, because we're going to have a tune.
Yes.
Sure, I was dreaming of old Ibrox, of her slopes and great grandstands, and I dreamed about the Rangers, the best team in the land. When my memory suggested of a vision bright and clear, of the strange things that would happen if we had the Rangers here. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Alistair Poyce came from East Belfast, and old Belfast became then old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, sure no green flags at that game they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roll, and all the boys would stay at home if we only had the Rangers over here. I dreamed about her Ulster men who wore the shirt of blue, Bertie Manders and Sam English, Norrie Hamilton, McCandless too. I have dreamed of Whitey MacDonald, who came from Lisburn town, and the greatest Billy Simpson, to never let them down. Now if the road to Hycox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Ali McCoyce came from East Belfast, and then old Belfast became old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, then no green flags at that game, they would appear. Ulster sons would never roam, all the boys would stay at home. If we only had the Rangers over here, if we only had Glasgow Rangers over here.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
You like that one? Yes, mate.
Can I just while that tune was on there, it reminded me, I would like to, once again, I don't know if any of the boys seen the videos, but by hell, the Berlin Loyal put some show on the Shankill Road there when the Bears won the league. I don't know if any of the troops have seen the videos there, but my God, what a show they put on. What an absolute show Big Mark and all the boys put on there. Well done to the Berlin Loyal once again. And the family atmosphere, absolutely tremendous. Well
Can
done.
I just say on top of that, I think the fans have done really, really well over that period. We've seen videos of them all over the world, and they've been brilliant, just fantastic. What a show they've put on all over. So well done to the Rangers fans. Well done, the guys.
Yeah, I sent you a few videos the last couple of nights, Bridge. You've enjoyed them.
Yes, indeed, I have, pal. I have.
The best fans in the world.
You're totally right, Dave. There's nothing like us in the world. We're unique.
The best fans in the world by far.
Yeah, we've seen all those guys. I hope he's all right.
Well, you mentioned Hash. You mentioned Hash, and then it went dead.
Must have missed that. When Big Stevie Bridge only Hash, he mentions Hash Browns with they two about.
Aye.
Okay.
Did you see the one with the banana loaf? did you see it?
No.
We're drinking malt whiskey, and you'll be wondering why we've got tea, but you'll be really wondering why banana loaf. And everybody, the next minute, a guy starts going 1, 2, 3, na 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 na. Oh, brilliant! It was absolutely fantastic. Banana loaf, banana. Oh, I was away. I was on and laughing. But as Brad says, all the Rangers fans all over the world, I mean, the videos coming in from all over the world were just absolutely fun. Just makes you privileged to have, I just keep looking at the ceiling and saying thank you very much for making me a bear. He used to always say to me, Ox, 2 things in your life will never change, son. The colour of your eyes and your team. He says, woman will change, work will change.
Listen, Steve, I don't want to point a few things out, but if you're not manning that in the ceiling, you would have been here. Just to let you know, mate.
Brilliant. I can't believe I'm here because he used to wear a jumpsuit like Elvis. I don't know how he managed to get it out.
Oh, I'll tell you a story I've heard about a jumpsuit and Elvis, mate. I'll not tell it on air, but I'll tell it off.
You didn't see you didn't watch the. If you don't mind me saying, Ox, I don't know if it's I'm not plugging anything else, but you didn't watch the Blues Brothers podcast that was out last night, did you?
No, but I was talking to Big Southside today. He said he had watched it. Richard Goff was on it.
It's Big Goffy, obviously Gianni and Fergie are on it. It's great. I would recommend if he's got a chance to watch it. It was brilliant. It was really, really touching. Big Goffy. I can't believe how nervous he is, Big Goffy. He can't watch the games. He couldn't watch it.
There's quite a lot of players like that, mate, because they're all right when they play because they can control it, but when they watch it, they get caught up in the emotions, you know.
Aye, he's been getting it for a run for the past 6 weeks every time we've been playing because he's too excited.
Fair play. Listen, we've been joined by Big Leafy Plymouth. How are we doing, big man?
Hello, lads. How are we?
How are you, mate? You come down off that?
Have you all calmed down, or are you still up in the clouds? How good was it?
Still very happy, Lee. Still very happy.
How good is it, Bridge? Waking up Monday morning, champions, 55th league title. Right. How good the feeling was?
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even start to explain it.
Oh,
it's still there.
I know.
Oh my God, wonderful, wonderful.
Just a wonderful feat. I'm not even going to begin to start about what's happening with the Scottish government. I've got to watch my heart up, so I'm not going to go too far into that. But what an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Attacking the club and the fans. But then you don't expect nothing else from that shower of... I won't swear, you know what I'm going to say, but no.
Yeah, you're right. You're spot on, mate. You're spot on.
How anyone can root for that then, I do not know. But let's not go there anyway, if I'm going to get myself worked up.
Big man, are you off the cloud? You still on the cloud? Are you?
Oh, mate, I'm still as a kite. I've got to be honest, Ox. Oh, Ox, I was going to ask you, have you got a spare room? I've upset all my neighbours. Honestly, but I'm not joking. I'm not joking either. The amount of complaints I've had. I'm in the house all on my own. The party I had on Sunday, the battle tune's on. I've had loads of complaints, the dirty looks. I'm going to need, and that was just a warm-up. Wait till we actually pick up the title. I'm going to waft it up and then.
Don't you worry. I hope to get a spare room, but it's a king size, so there's plenty of room.
Oh, but well, you know what? Oh, mate. Hey, what's going to happen Thursday? What team for Thursday? It's going to be the team that's most sober plays.
I think Betty Ford's. I said there.
Oh, mate! Did you see the video of Alan McGregor in the back of the car, man? Oh.
He was tired.
He was tired. Yeah, he was just emotional, wasn't he? He was just emotional. That's what like us all.
Brilliant. I'm sure Big McGregor will be fine, mate. I'm sure he'll be fine, mate.
The video. Did you see the video? The video was swearing when it showed them actually at the final whistle of the Celtic game. Archie stood on the table, and the way they were just jumping around, what it means to them, just wonderful, isn't it? You know.
That's a great point. That's a great point you make, Lee, about the togetherness in this squad, because it's not like the old days, Jaffa, when or the squad was local lads. This is United Nations he's got there, and they've all bought into it.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a nice wee piece just right after the game on Saturday when all the boys were dancing around the crest in the dressing room. And I don't know if you can see the one off shot when you see Gerrard going round the kind of crowd of lads, and he goes over to Hadji, who's sitting down, to do a wee fist pump. He was just checking in on him, and I thought that was brilliant. I just thought that was. I know he didn't want to leave anybody out. He was out to make sure all the boys were all included in all the dancing. And some you know what it's like. And some of us are into the dancing, and some of us are not. Some want to stand up, some don't. But he was round checking on him, and I thought it was just like your dad. It was just like your dad going round and checking on you. It was great.
It's what he's done with the team spirit. It's amazing, David.
Oh, fantastic! It's been like that all season, no? You're talking about earlier you're talking about the business side, the sponsors and that. I've lost count how many sponsors we've got. You know, there's a few of them, isn't there?
The page is so long, I couldn't read them all out, mate. Yeah.
Oh, but it's brilliant for the club, eh? It's all the money, it's all the better, isn't it? More money, and as you say, the merchandise will go through the roof and all. It all helps the club, isn't it? Players, wages, you name it. It's brilliant. It's great. I'll be buying some more stuff and all. You know what I mean?
I've spent an absolute fortune already.
All the Rangers fans in the world will buy their stuff now. It's great for the club.
Exactly, it's all good news. And did I hear right that we've made it 5-6 million we've made with the Europa League run so far?
Oh, it's going to be about 20 million by the time they get the TV revenue and all that.
You think, pal, that's without crowds as well, that hospitality and all that, so it's unbelievable, really.
Yeah.
Good money.
Well, the time they divvy up the TV revenue and everything, it's going to be over 20 million.
Yeah.
I think we've been joined with somebody else for Plymouth. The one and only Hugh. How we doing, Hugh?
How you doing, guys? You all right?
All right.
Hello, Hugh. You all right, pal?
How's it going, Hugh?
You all right, guys? You all right, Lee?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You? Have you come down from the clouds like you, or are you still like me eyes a kite?
Loving it, mate. You can't take a smile off my face. It's from
superb, pal. Good to hear from you, mate. Good to hear from you.
Can't wait till we go back in the clubhouse.
Oh, mate, I'm missing you awful. Like we all are, mate. I just can't wait for us all to be back and one big party, mate. Innit? Look at that club.
Cannot wait.
Cannot wait, mate.
How we doing, Hugh? What's on your mind? What's on your mind, mate?
Oh, I just I heard Bridgeman talking about Gerrard earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I just not boasting about people losing their jobs, but since Gerrard will be in 3 years this coming summer, and since then the following teams have changed manager: Dundee United, Kilmarnock, Motherwell, Hearts, St Johnstone, Ross County, Livingston, Aberdeen, Celtic. DVG's still there.
He's chased them all out, pal.
Chased them all out.
Chased them.
The Stevie Gerrard
serving manager in the league, unbelievable.
They can't keep up.
That still gives me nightmares how close we came to getting McInnes.
Oh.
We were that close to getting him. Thank God. He bottled it.
Please, I've just got over it. Please.
Oh, I know, Brig. I know. That was just frightening to think about that, isn't it?
And Gerrard's done that to a few managers in Europe as well. We've beat them, and in the next minute, the manager's gone.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons I'm saying it is, for instance, if you just imagine what people have been saying all the way through since Gerrard came here, he's only a rookie manager, he's never won nothing, blah, 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 even right up until they won this league, or we just won this league. So only a fortnight ago, they were saying he's never won anything, blah, 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 and it's all the digs. And I don't know whether they were trying to get the guy out, or what, but they never mentioned the ones that are leaving. The ones that, they're away. Lennon left and so on. But these managers, unbelievable.
It's just that pure hatred for Rangers and everything. Do you know what I mean? You know what like Gerrard's got more class in his little finger than every one of them. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know how you can say that, Bridge, because for day one he won my heart.
Oh yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But then I have to remember. You have to remember you were easy. You were easy.
You're the first man to say that, Bridge. You're the first person to say that. Right. So we're building up to Europe now, and we're going to have to get our eye on the ball, Jaffa. We have to get out of this stupor we're in. We've got a game on Thursday, and it's a big game.
I know it is a massive game. It's massive, and we need the players to get the focus back on, get the eyes on the prize. We've got to go out there and do a job. We need to be up for it. I think as the manager said, or Stevie said earlier on there, they've got to be the best version of themselves on Thursday, and we need it because it's this is unbelievable. This could be last week Oxford were chatting about it. It's knockout competition. I mean, we could go far in this. We could end up in Poland, which would be awesome.
Yeah. Hi, Stevie. It's a big game now.
It's no half, Fox. I mean, most as I've said, it's a 50-50, innit? The thing about that team there, they've no big star names. They're just a good, hard-working team, And I've no doubt that Stevie G and Gary McAllister and the guys have done their homework and they'll feed as much information into the players as we can. But look, we're Glasgow Rangers. And the football we've been playing in Europe, everybody knows, anybody that comes out to play against us, they're going to get a game here. They're going to we'll give anybody a game. We're a right good side. We're a right good footballing side, and we're nobody's slouches. But this mob here, they've earned the right to be where they are as well. They went down to Leicester and done the damage, by the way. And as I said, they're a big physical team. If we play on the night, I think we'll get one away goal. And I'm not going to turn around. I'll be delighted with one each coming back to Ibrox. There you go. But I'll tell you now, if we stick to what we can do and the way we've been playing and just keep going the way things are, we'll do all right, guys. But there's no easy games now, let's be honest. So let's just hope that the players dig deep. They've got a wee taste of what winning means. Let's hopefully they do it and keep going for the manager.
Bridgman?
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to follow and follow well and do everything for the manager. Between now and the end of the season, we need to do everything for the manager because he needs all of our support because they're massive. To the end of the season, it's just massive for us. And we need to do it. And I think that much of that guy. I feel it. I said it the other day. I think the clubs would come out with, what do you call it, a share issue or something? Or even release the season tickets in it for next season, something like that to get a flood of money in, get more shirts sold.
I don't think they need to worry about getting money in, mate.
No,
yeah,
and get even more shirts out. It's just me. I don't want the club to flounder in any way, shape, or form. And if Stevie G says I need a couple of £1 million, we need to be able to be in a position to help him. Simple as that. In my opinion, it's only my opinion, of course.
We've really done well. It means we can get our 55 Easter eggs out there for St Patrick's Days. You know what
I mean? Very good. Oh,
brilliant.
I think that could be a money spinner. I don't know. He's laughing at.
Oh, you're onto something there.
I know.
Yeah. I'd buy one anyway.
Oh dear.
That'd be great if we took our St Paddy's Day winner.
Well, I don't know why. Why not, mate? He was a Welshman, wasn't he?
He was indeed.
Aye.
Can I ask a question, Oxchair?
Yes, mate.
Obviously, it's to everybody.
Listen, I
noticed that the SFA put out something about the young lads that get done for the party. And they're going to be...
They're up on the 24th, mate. 2 weeks' time.
Right. So at least we're going to get Patterson through the European games.
Yeah, I don't know how his suspension would affect you. I'm not sure, mate. We'll need to find out. My understanding is the cases are... The two cases, the Jones case and, if you like, the Patterson case, there's different circumstances, mate. They were both done something wrong, but at different levels, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we'll see what all comes out of it. You know, we know they were silly and naive, but, well, we've all been young. Stevie?
What can we say? I mean, the young boy Patterson came on a European game, and that's how you say sorry, innit? You know, it was on about 16 seconds, bang, here, take that, divide that among you. Look, Ox, look at the timing of the day as well when they bring that date out to release the date for the guys. Their timing and everything about it, it's just, everything stinks. Look, the Rangers, they've learned a lesson. The young boys have learned a lesson. Nobody's went out their road to... They probably thought they were in their own bubble. And look, and somebody's delivered a pizza apparently and seen them on the house. And you know how things work with the Mankey mob. So, look, the boys have been through enough. Let's just get the dates up and let's take it by there and see what happens. But listen, I'm not going to take a stick and beat any of my own. Especially with everybody else doing it, I ain't doing it. The boys have learned a lesson. We move on. The wee man's replied us with a goal in 16 seconds. That's good enough for me.
We've been under attack by enough people. Do you know what I mean? We're under attack now constantly. So no, we stick by our own. They're young lads at the end of the day. Or, Patterson. Now, we've just got to stick by them, and then what happens, you know. But like I say, that's the way to say sorry. The way he came on that European game there and scored. You know what I mean?
Sorry seems to be the hardest word, Jaffa.
Yeah, I'm right with Big Stevie there on that one. I wouldn't be beating any of my own. There's enough haters out there. So
we've got enough haters.
Yeah, I think we just, like we said, take it in the chin, deal with it, move on. Get the young guys back into the squad, and I don't think any punishment they got wouldn't affect Europe anyway. So it would only be the league, the SPFL matches, and potentially the cup games. But I think we've got enough. I think we've got plenty in the tank to be getting through. We've got a couple of players due back for injury, which is good for Thursday night. I think Roof's back in the squad, which is good. So, yeah, listen, onwards and upwards. We've just won the league. Nothing's going to wipe this smile off our faces. Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yes, mate.
A wee thing here. I know it doesn't really matter, but remember that team we beat Porto 3-1 over the two legs? They're
last season.
Last season, no, 12 months ago, just let's say. They're drawn one each with Juventus and Turin with 10 men, and they're winning 3-2 in aggregate in the Champions League. Now, that's a team we beat 3-1 over the two legs, one each away and 2-0 at Ibrox. Is that correct? Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's how far our teams came. Porto's in Turin and out. They're drawing one each with 10 men, and they're winning 3-2 in aggregate. All right, they're still half an hour of the game to go, but that just shows you how far our teams came. We played them off the park at Ibrox. Beat them 2-0.
That's how far. That's true, Steve. That's how far we have come. You actually think of that. It's unbelievable.
Juventus have scored a goal, 2-1. Each in aggregate. 3 each in aggregate.
The commentators curse.
Sorry, lads.
Big Stevie, what have you done to me? You built my hopes up and then smashed them. Unbelievable.
The point is, Stevie, though, that it shows you how well where we are, where our football level is. People are saying, we're playing in the Europa League. I'm not for a minute saying we would walk through into the Champions League. I'm not saying that. But I'll tell you what, with the team that we've got just now, we've got as good a chance as any.
Correct.
So I was thinking that, you know. Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. The team that we have got, and we're going to improve on it as well. You know, there will be players leaving us for, then we're going to improve. I'm just waiting for, I'm going to ask you all a question. Is the journey over now of winning 55, or is the journey really over when we get back in dry box and the Champions League music's playing?
I think what we've done.
I know a lot of people are debating that, saying for them the journey won't be.
We're on this train, mate. It's a journey, and we changed drivers 3 years ago, and he's got us to the first station, and God knows where this is going to take us.
Oh, God knows. We just got to enjoy the ride, Ox. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, it's been a long time since somebody said that to me, mate.
Aye, I'm me. You back me up. I was just trying to remember what year. I'm trying to remember, Ox. What year was that?
On you go, Hugh.
I'm going to say
absolute joker.
We've still got the rest of the season to go, and then when you actually lift the trophy, I think that's the full stop. The journey's complete. But then we turn the page, and there's a new chapter, and there's another journey.
Aye, all right, I get it, mate. I get it. Yeah.
And
I think you've always been
that's right. Yeah. I said a couple of weeks ago that's the main thing, and that's the cake, and then the Champions League music. I think that's just the sprinkles and the cherry on the top of the cake.
See, you've always been the sensible one in our supporters club, haven't you?
To be fair, I've got to be honest with you, he's not got much to beat.
What a shocker.
Cheers, Ox. Thank you. Aye, thank you.
Jaffa then, big Bridgeman. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
I mean, God Almighty, I was brought up in Champions League football every year. I think we all, probably most of us on the show, are of that vintage, and we expect nothing less at Rangers. It's just how it goes. That's what you do when you're a top footballing side. Stephen Gerrard keeps telling us how big a club we are. We are a massive club. I can't wait. The future's incredible. But I agree with one point that Big Stevie said earlier on in the show. I will never, ever in my life again take a title for granted. Never.
No. But I think we did, I really do think we did, but not now. No, from where we've come from, the journey that we've all been saying, no, never again.
I think we learned a lot of lessons. We'll not take our eye off the club, and we'll be more. I think it's also galvanised the support,
Definitely.
And obviously, people. I remember, I don't know who it was, but when about the young support, we're talking about the young support. You think, what's going to happen with the young support? Well, that's just went from strength to strength.
Aye.
So let's long may it continue. In fact, Bridgeman's talking about a share issue. Well, we get the stadium empty, we ought to get it extended.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen next. Is it next year? They're going to put. They're going to drop the pitch. Sorry,
they're digging it down, aren't they?
I think it's going to happen like that anyway. So we're waiting for a new pitch anyway, aren't we? So let's let get that fixed. See what can happen there. But really good.
I mean, all of that stuff. Remember in the 90s when the extension was going on the roof and the corners were getting filled in, and I mean, we were pushing forward. Not that I want to hark back to that because we're in a different era now, but we've got different owners, we've got a different mentality. It's just great to be a Bear. It's brilliant now. It's great.
Everything's happening,
onwards
isn't
and
it?
upwards.
Everything seems to be happening. I think they're talking about making sure the water level, water table level is okay, and we can go down to as far as that or just above it, and it should be okay. But I think, I just think with the plans the board have got for the club are just tremendous. I'm so looking forward to this Edmonton club getting rebuilt. There's so much going on. And I wasn't kidding on about it. I was not kidding on about a share issue. No way am I kidding on.
No, I thought it was
get it out there and get the season tickets out now.
I'll tell you what, you're right, mate. If they'd done it on Sunday night, people would be buying them left, right, and centre.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine? Oh, yeah.
Do you know one of the things that when you drive up, and I know we're in lockdown at the moment and we're all dealing with it. I understand that. But do you know one of the things I would love in the club? I know we've got a Gale House for the restaurants, and I've heard you guys talking about the catering stuff on there on the show before. One of the things I feel when I go around by Ibrox, I'd love to see some coffee shops, just some Bluebeard or Blue Nose coffee bars or whatever, somewhere where you can hook in and get a coffee and get a chat to a couple of fellow beers.
You mean like opened like during the week, like?
Aye, during the week when the shop's trading.
They're looking at that in Edmonton House, mate. I think there's going to be a cafe in it. That was
I've always said that, Ox. I think that's probably. I've always said about a cafe. Like with me, like I'll travel up. Like you get in like 6:30 in the morning into Buchanan Street, and you'll see a load of English lads and people just waiting around for the pubs to open. If there was a cafe at Ibrox open early in the morning, can you imagine the lads coming over from Northern Ireland on the boats early, get in there, breakfast, meet up with people, and that would make so much money. I'll tell you, it really would.
That's a cracking shout, by the way.
It really would. You see the amount of lads who go like to George Square, like the Counting House for breakfast. If there was an actual cafe at Ibrox, all the money's going to the club. The amount of lads that you see just wandering around and they're just waiting around for the pubs to open, do you know what I mean? To get in, and if there was a cafe, it's something I've always said that. But I'm looking forward, like Bridgeman said, Edmiston House, that's something that we should have had years ago, a museum.
It just shows you
what Global Beyond Starbucks just now as we speak.
But we have to be aware that the lack of money that we had over 10 years ago, maybe about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when we started to build up a wee bit, and of course the rich shareholders have been sort of putting the money in and buying the shares up. I think it's brilliant, absolutely superb the way the club's been handled now, and I want it to get handled better and bigger and so on and so forth, because I want us to be an absolute giant.
Yeah, here, Bridge.
Here, Bridge. Well said.
That's well said, mate. Well said. And I was walking when I went over to the Brox on Saturday. Big Stevie for the drum. I'll appreciate this. I parked my car over at the King's Highway, Stevie,
Yeah.
And I
King's Highway, I love it. I
walked up, mate, and I thought, I'll tell you what, as a fan group, we've got to get that done. That's got to be renamed. Get the walls all spray painted, the King's Highway, right up there as we walk up, and as a lasting memento to Dave King for what he done for us.
He was a wise guy. He came up with that idea. I can't remember who.
I think you came up with that. Did you not come up with that?
Did you come up with that idea?
I don't think you get your rise at all, but I think you did it.
Well done, Ox. Good shout, mate. Good shout, man.
The best ideas are simple. That's how I'm good at them.
Don't put yourself down, Ox.
What I'm saying is simple. Stevie.
Oh, goes without saying, it was Oxford's idea about the King's Highway. I could just visualise it, walking round that corner, and the first thing that hits you is all that King's Highway all the way up to the stadium, all done up lovely, and a big statue of him, like Edward Carson, right at the top.
I believe it. Right at the top. Waiting to put the lips on you.
Unbelievable, man. Things like that. And by the way, guys, you're all talking about coffee shops. We're all talking about somewhere the boys could gather. Now, I'd love to see Rangers. It would make total common sense, and it would be full morning, noon and night, that they should build a big Glasgow Rangers hotel somewhere. We've got people who come match days from Australia, Canada, America, and everywhere else. And if they built a big couple of 100 bedroom, maybe 200 or 300 bedroom hotel somewhere, you'll have your breakfast, dinner, lunch in it. You're staying there all night.
That's a great idea, Stevie. That's a great idea.
I mean, I've been saying it for years. If I ever came into money, I would open a hotel on the Shankill Road. It'd be full all year round with the amount of parades and stuff. But see that there, if they built a big hotel out at Ibrox, I mean, people are using the Swallow, the Novotels, all the wee crap. But can you imagine getting into a hotel and it's all done up Rangers? You got the stair, you get into your room and it's all Rangers bedding, and come on, you look at the
that'd be unbelievable. That's a great idea, that.
Just think about it, you don't get a white fluffy house coat anywhere.
Hey, Jody, we're a brother with a fluffy bedding. Is it going to have fluffy bedding, Stevie?
I love it.
And you flick that wine list open to Dave King's selection of wines, 1872 wine, a $400 bottle of wine. I mean, if you can afford it, the lad bears out there, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Aye. At lunchtime, a wee basil bowley soup, a Premier pie, everything in the hotel.
I know that, Stevie. Blue nose burgers.
But to be fair, I think Bridgeman, I bought a wine cost him £400 once. Didn't you? That was the time you got.
Yes, it was Barchester cream, oh boy.
I told you, it's the old Barchester creams, Bridge.
Quality drink for a lovely palate, really good for the more modern man,
I think that's a great point you make, Jaffer, and we've talked about this on numerous occasions on here about the fan experience when people turn up at the game. But we can't do everything at once. We know that, we accept that. We've got some great assets in the stadium as the concourses. For me, you expand them, and if I'm meeting you, I meet you inside the Grun, and we spend our money in the Grun. Yeah,
totally. It's like when you go to. I was on holiday a number of years ago, and we went down to. We were in Florida. And we went down to watch the baseball. The Boston Red Sox were in town.
The Tropicana.
Oh, aye, it was Ox. But what an experience is here in the concourses. They've got Starbucks. They've got all the pizza. They've got every type of food that you can imagine, and the place was jumping. They've got shops in every corner of them. It was just ace. It was commercialisation on steroids. I get that, but it worked. It worked, and the fans buy into it. And I know for a fact the Rangers fans would buy into that. We would love that. We would love it.
Well, you've been saying that for a long time now, Ox. I knew about the concourses, about extending them, and that. I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be done. But like you said, we've got to step by step in it. But you say about the food, the outlet, the food's terrible at Ibrox. That's one thing, though. It's not great, is it? To be honest.
Well, Southside's got to sort that out, mate. Southside's got to sort it out.
Has he got it sorted? Oh, that's good.
Guys, when you're away talking about a hotel, isn't the Swallow Hotel shut down now?
No.
I thought it was shut down a couple of years ago.
There's so many jokes there, but I can't see them.
No, I honestly think it was shut down a couple of years ago. So, but apologies.
And on that note, Stevie, on the hotel, it's not. I mean, look at the amount of hotels that have been bottom up, run in and around about. Govan Road area, just over at the Squinty Bridge. There's hotels. The Radisson Blue, Radisson. I mean, the only thing that Radisson have no put in there the Radisson White. They've got the Radisson Red, the Radisson Blue. I'm waiting for the white one to pop up.
Guys, to me, it would just make total sense. I mean,
it is such a great idea.
Imagine you're signing a player, their big helipad on top of the hotel, and the player's coming in. He's landing on the big badge. He's down the stairs through the hotel, sign up, get your dinner and that, and then go and see the stadium. Oh, come on, man. One step at a time. Lean a Martel, one day at a time. We get the thing built, the Edmondson house built for our anniversary coming up, and you take things at a time. But I'll tell you what, it would make some amount of money if we did.
It would make so much money, that. It really would. Saves me, Ox, travelling back 14 hours on a bus, and I can stay over and then for a few nights and then go face the journey back.
We've been joined by the one and only Billu. Evening, Billu.
How you doing, boys?
All right.
All right, everybody good? All right, Steve, how you doing? Feeling better?
Billu, how are you, pal? All right?
I'm no bad, Muck. Are you?
How's Mowgli? All right?
Mowgli's fine. Mowgli died in January, beat it.
I'm feeling better, pal, thanks.
Good man, that's the stuff. Good show again tonight, the lads, enjoying it. I was going to phone in, then I changed my mind, and too many thoughts in my mind. I'm like everybody else, like, I'm up in the ceiling the whole time, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant, man.
Great time to be a bear, Billu.
Oh, no half. But a good conversation, lad. I like you were talking about the hotels and all that sort of stuff. In fact, all the talk really about how professional Rangers have become is just, it's so evident, isn't it? It's brilliant to see it. It's just amazing for every element. I mean, even, in fact, I saw something the other day in the interviews with some of the players. Did you pick up on it? They were talking about the last dance.
I've seen that, with Michael Jordan.
Aye, that's right. So that's what somebody's put that in front of all the players before. I think they actually meant it in relation to like Stevie G, like when he came, he had the 3-year contract or whatever it was, and he thought this was his last chance to get the title in that period of time. Obviously, he's extended his contract and all that sort of stuff. But I think that was really, really good thinking. And 3 of the players mentioned in their interviews on the Sunday after they won the title.
Yep.
And that's really good motivational stuff for these boys. In fact,
that's exactly. Can I come in?
Aye, batter on.
Well, that's exactly what it was. Somebody sat the players down and put that on and said, "This is a mentality. This is what you need." And what's happened to Rangers is absolute Hollywood. We've been at the depths of despair. We've fought our way back to the top. And next year we're going to hear the Champions League music. And it's Hollywood stuff. And that was mentioned a few times with the players about it's all about winning mentality. And that's what Gerrard's bred into them, a winning mentality. And if he's showing them motivational stuff like that there, I mean, I've not seen it, but I will make a thing where I get on and looking at it now that the players have all mentioned it and stuff to see what really, what was the insight. Why would somebody at Rangers sit them down and make them watch that? You know, it's just bred winning mentality.
It's worth a watch, Stephen.
Aye, see when you watch it, you'll see exactly what they're coming for. And see, just getting back to what you said a minute ago yourself about
I just cut across you. Can I just cut across you, mate? Just don't shoot the messenger here. Amanda, call back, Amanda. Carry on, Billu.
Any bother. What Stevie was saying about, you know, a real good quality hotel, a Rangers design hotel, landing the helipad on the top with a big Rangers logo on it. That's exactly. See when you watch this, The Last Dance. That's what you see about these clubs, these people. That everything's the very, very best. It doesn't sort of, come out right away, but you can see the way they think, the way they dress, the way it's just the whole operation. And I think what you said about the hotel that'd be just for the cream on it. I think that's exactly what we're looking for. Something like that. Anyway.
All Struth set the standard. Ulster set the standards. Rangers should be the
Marion.
best.
I'm on the phone.
And why they...
Oh my God, who was that?
You feel like the communication going on in this house tonight.
Who's this, Marion?
Hi, Amanda.
So, like, my dad was asking who the ambulance was for. I said, it's not for me anyway. There's too much excitement in my street tonight, that's a problem. No, I've just been listening to the conversation. The conversation's great. There's just so much to be positive about it being a Rangers fan now, isn't there, really? Do you know what I mean? There's just... And the hotel's a great idea. I'd buy into that one. I'd definitely buy into that. Wake up next to an actual novel in the morning, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
I don't think it
That's what you call room service.
I don't think it was that kind of hotel, Amanda, you know.
I know, it's pictures. I know it's pictures. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? You know, I can't but dream. But how's Big Stevie? You all right now then? Are you doing okay?
I'm doing fine, and thanks very much. Absolutely. Thank you. Means a lot.
I've heard a lot about you, Stevie, but I've never spoke to you because obviously I'm relatively new to the Rangers radio family. Well, I think I don't know
if you've heard about me, but I plead not guilty anyway.
I think there's just so much to be positive about being a Rangers fan. You know, the things that the club have got in the pipeline, the way they're talking about Edmonton House getting done up and things like that. And I just think, you know, there's been too much, as they say, there's been too much negativity concerned with the club. But I think it's looking up now. I mean, I couldn't help but laugh today when I was listening to some of the things that were getting said, you know, and I'm going, well, what did they expect him to do? You know, it's been 10 years since he won anything, do you know what I mean? But, no, I just think it's great to be a Rangers fan, and it's the best it's been for a life. I mean, it's the best it's been for me in a while. You know what I mean? At least I can walk about with a smile on my gob now.
Oh, dear. I'll let Big Stevie answer that. Big man, on you go.
Listen, as what the lass is saying there, it's amazing where we are now. And I mean, look at just the way we're talking tonight. I mean, we're dreaming about the King's Highway, we're talking about hotels, we're dreaming again. We're back. We're back, we're looking in the future. We're hoping that people at the top of our trio listen to the common supporter about match day experiences and buy into some of our ideas. And we can put
on the issue of the food, I'll agree. I don't buy a pie or anything. I'd lost a lot of weight before I took no well, and I never bought a pie, and I always took my snacks in with me because I took healthy snacks in with me, carrot sticks and things. But for a fan who's looking to take a child to a match day experience at Ibrox, the food's not the greatest, I'll admit. You know what I mean? I hate Scotch pies anyway, so... But, you know, if you were looking for... Like, say for me, if I was looking for a snack, I certainly wouldn't be looking for a Scotch pie or a hamburger. You know, it'd be a salad bowl or something I'd be looking for. But, having said that, at the end of to do with the match day experience, but like say you guys that are travelling to Belfast and all that every weekend at the games, that must be a killer to find somewhere decent to eat.
They go for a Scotch pie with a salad.
I'm not watching it now. I've put a bit of it on right enough.
Amanda, we've been joined by Big Al from Australia. Big Al.
Oh, good morning. I think that's the lady there. She's looking for a ladies only bordello outside Ibrox with Novo and that coming in, eh? Yeah,
well, I tell you, I didn't the first to sign up for if it was there, I can assure you. I'm not going to get into any more detail, Big Al, but there you go.
No, you're all right. Well, they don't call me Big Al for nothing. I can maybe get a shift in there.
Listen.
Yeah, like that one. Hey, no, it was just because I heard Stephen. I was just to say, I hope you're on the mend, big man, and I heard you were a bit sick in that, so I hope you're okay. I had a boy the other day there, Stevie, phoned in. He says, boss, I'll not be in today. He says, I'm sick. I says, how sick are you? He says, I've just pumped my dog.
So I'll leave you with that, lad. 55, Stevie. 55, big man. You take it easy. That 55 dedicated to you.
I just got a DK said he phoned in the other night to the hospital to tell him he wouldn't be. He was sick. I couldn't help laugh. He phoned the hospital to say, I'll not make my appointment. I'm not feeling really well.
That was jokes, wasn't it?
And then he shepherd's pie the other night, and oh God, I don't know what Paddy's go bride is, but I'll probably walk by him in the town centre.
He's a boy with the sofa on his back. Can I ask just Big Stevie, just to take it a wee bit more serious? I'm just curious, Stevie, who's your player of the year, big man? And I'll leave it at that.
Oh, that's a great question, Big Al.
My player of the year, Connor Golson, 100%. Has been solid. He's played every single minute. He's no missed a heartbeat, pardon the pun. And for me, Connor Golson, the man for me this year, 110%.
All right, okay. I'll go McGregor. I just there's something about McGregor, so I'll put my hand up for McGregor. Look, I need to go, boys. But Stevie, you get better, big man.
Just before you go, Al.
Sorry.
When we met Big Al, we were really disappointed. He was only 5'4", but he's still Big Al, Amanda.
Well, on the job here, they've been calling me CCC. That's for Coke Can Cock. Right, take care, gentlemen. All the best.
Oh dear. Can you go for a cold bath?
You started it, Amanda.
I know I started that.
You're causing trouble again, Amanda. Look, as soon as you come on.
Who lowered the tone?
Amanda, seemingly Big Al sides a terrier is half man, half horse.
License to shine the street.
Anyway, I'm going to sign it and let you get on with your boys' night, right? And I'll speak to you soon, okay? Bye. 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 Bye.
Take care, Amanda.
I got a new horse today. Big Al was calling it Champion.
I hope my ambulance is still outside her door. She's going to need it.
Oh dear. Oh, what a lassie.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
By the way, Ox, Big Al, all kidding aside, the 12th of July here in Glasgow, we're walking along the road at George's Square, and I sees a 6'3" guy shouting, "Who's Big Stevie for the drum?" And I was like, my neck went into my shirt, and I thought, I was thinking, what have I done? I didn't know who it was. And he's shouting, "Who's Big Stevie?" And of course, all the boys in the band, they're all just pointing, that's him there. And I looked at her, they went, "Big Al!" And that was it, man. He lifted me right off my feet, man, and gave me the biggest bear hug ever. Honestly, I was like, who's this monster, man? A big love a man, Big Al is. But what a blue nose, by the way. It was a pleasure to meet him that day at Ibrox and George's Square. It was absolutely brilliant. Fantastic character. Another one of Rangers Radio's finest. Brilliant. Brilliant.
After he left. QB's getting it tight. Right, okay, go back to right. How do you think this tie's going to go before we move on and shut the show? Lee and then Hugh. Do you give a chance? Or?
Yeah, I think we've got the way we've been performing in Europe, I think we've got one hell of a chance. There we go. I actually did watch the game against Leicester. They are a big old team. But I really do think we've got a chance. We really do. How can you not say, the way we performed, like you said, well, the teams we've knocked out along the way, these Portos, your Benficas, your Braga, so yeah, we have got one hell of a chance. What, we're Rangers? We're 55 league champions now. We're eyes a kite. Let's just go for it.
Hugh?
I think half of the team will need to sober up first. and then we'll give them a go. I'm glad they play away first. See, nick a little goal and bring it back to Ibrox.
Yeah, Baloo?
I think we've got a great chance. I think it's going to be another high-scoring round. These boys can score goals, but boy, they certainly like them as well. I don't think they're the best at the back at all. Stevie G plays football. Stevie G plays football to score goals. And when you're going away from home, one goal's good, but more than one goal's much better, because that makes it much harder. Look what we did to that mob in Antwerp when we brought them back here. You know, they had to score 2-3 goals. We need to do the same with them. I think we'll get through it, and I think it'll be a tough. It's reasonably well balanced, but I think we are probably the better team. I think we'll do them, and I think, like I said, it'll be a high-scoring game. So I don't know, maybe even I'd take 2 or 3 each here there. I think that's a possibility.
Jaffa and Big Stevie.
Aye, I mean, similar. Obviously, I saw the highlights of the Leicester game, and I watched a couple of the league games just on YouTube. They look a decent enough team, but I agree. I think we're probably just a wee notch above them as far as our footballing ability goes. And if we play, I think we win. Simple as. Ox, I'm hopeful we get a couple of goals over there. It'd be great. Bring it back to Ibrox and see where we go.
Big Stevie.
Has the Teddy Bears put up a display one night, and on it says, "We fear no foe." I think we've nothing to fear. We go, we play, and I think we'll do all right.
What's your thoughts, Bridge?
Yeah, I think I've said it a wee bit earlier. I just feel that this team's going to be a really good team. It's going to be a smashing tie. So looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it. And I just hope our team can go out and do themselves proud. And just like the other guys have said, come back with something. A draw, a 1-0 win or something like that would be just outstanding for me. And get back to Ibrox and let's see what you can do there. And if they get through, I know it's an if, but if we get through this game tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, night after, Thursday night, then it's going to be an absolutely unbelievable result for us, and that'll bring something back to Ibrox to keep the tie well alive, and we'll get tore right into them and take something else after them. And that's what we want. That'll take us through. Wonderful. I can't say enough about it. Just wonderful. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. By the way, I really don't know where that tour just went, Bridgeman.
For God's sake, look at the time. Is that it?
Well, that's it, mate. That's unbelievable, isn't it, Stevie? That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Can I just say one thing, Ox, before we finish? And it's something I really wanted to say. I've been dying to say it all night, but never couldn't find the right time. I really, Boswell, if you're listening, pal, you epitomise everything a Rangers man should be. The way you talk about the Glasgow Rangers, you really filled me up there the other day listening to your speech about where we've came to, and absolutely fantastic the man was, Ox. And he's like myself. Keep your foot at their necks and don't let them go. Never let them up again. And well done, Boswell. Maybe one day we get a wee beer together. But by the way, that was a quick 2 hours, guys.
Hi, Jaffa. Check your phone, mate. Check your phone. Listen, can I thank all the callers? But it's over to Bridge.
Can I just say, to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly the Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, this has been a fantastic night once again. Great chat, great patter, absolutely brilliant. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Every single Rangers fan all over the world, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us, and so do they. Keep it going.
Thanks to all the callers. Amanda, Big Al, Baloo, Hugh, Lee, Jaffa, and of course Bridgeman. Too many to remember. Dave, Big Dave as well, and all the boys have phoned in, and girls, Amanda. Thanks to Bridgeman and Big Stevie for hosting the show. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals, and our Port Bear who manned the reception tonight. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow night with a one and one under. Stay safe. Take it away, Old School Blue.